What is going on, guys? Lone Piece Gamer here. Today I'm bringing you a Witch Doctor pet build for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. This is pre-patch 2.1. This is on the live server. I'm not on the PTR right now. I don't plan on doing any videos about that. But today I just wanted to showcase my pet build and what we have going on here. So first I'm going to start going over the gear that I have. I have the 3-piece All Guild set. And for the 3-piece, you get the reduced damage from elites and increased damage against elites. Also, you get reduced damage from melee and ranged attacks as well. On the shoulders here, I got the increased summon zombie dog damage by 13. You can get that. You want to get that anywhere you possibly can, being your shoulders, your offhand, or chest if you're lucky. My chest is fairly simple, just all toughness. I get a vit, the percent life, and 3 sockets on there. Nothing special, just a generic chest. But it helps to get my 3-piece because I'm not running a Ring of Royal Grandeur. My braces here are 19% physical damage. I got the main stuff there. I like the 4.5 crit hit chance to be a 6, but it is what it is, and that's what I got. Going to the helm here, we get the Mask of Jiram. I got a 91% on mine. The max that it goes up to is 100. Pets deal 91% more damage. So that's you want to get as high a Mask of Jiram as you can, preferably with a socket and crit hit chance like I got. I don't have any vit, so this is not a defensive helmet whatsoever, other than the fact that I do have a percent life gem in there. Now you can run a cooldown reduction gem, a diamond in there as well, which is something I might look into doing. But for now, this feels comfortable for me. And with the 23% increased life there, and on all of my other gear, I'm sitting at 625k health. So I like it. That's what I've been running. So that's what I'm gonna keep it at. For my necklace, I haven't found a better legendary amulet or set amulet or anything like that that has physical damage and just the damage in general on this. I got a 15 physical. I like it to be 20. I got the main stat. I got crit hit damage 99, crit hit chance 8.5, which isn't that bad. Like I said, I haven't found anything better. So that's All Guild's necklace, helm, gloves, of course, are Tasker and Theo. If you don't have a Tasker and Theo, you're gonna want to get some good trifecta gloves, probably Mage Fists, and then run, instead of a physical rune on the dog, run fire dogs on that. But these gloves here are awesome because it increases the attack speed of your pets by 45 on this set, so that's pretty cool. My belt, I'm running the Fleeting Strap. There's other belts you can run, the Harrington Waistguard, the Hellcat. But this is the best belt that I got as far as attack speed and damage is concerned, and that's really what you want to look for in a pet build for a belt is attack speed for one, and then I got the percent life and vid. I'm not sure what I was trying to re-roll that percent life for. Maybe that's the best. That's the max percent life I think you can get on that, yeah. So I think we'll keep it. Going to the rings, I got the Tall Man's Finger, of course, for my zombie dog. My Dogzilla takes your 3 or 4 5 depending on what skills you're using dogs and throws them into 1, giving it more damage and more health than it otherwise would independently. I'd like this to be trifecta. It's not. I got crit chance and attack speed on there. That's just the best one I've found so far. And then of course we have a Stone of Jordan over here, 19% more physical damage. I got crit hit chance on there, 4.5. I'd like it to be 6. And then of course you get your 29% damage against a leech, maximum of 30. That's a pretty decent SOJ there. And then for the pants and boots, we got a 2-piece cane set here just for the increased 8% attack speed. Basic pants, basic boots, nothing to talk about there, just your main stats and your defensive stuff. Our weapon here is a Doombringer. Now this can be swapped out for a Thunder Fury or a Shard of Hate. Shard of Hate probably be better than a Thunder Fury in my opinion in this slot. But Doombringer is what you want to look for. I got a max roll of 20% physical damage here, a main stat, percent life, and a socket with 130% increased hit damage, critical hit damage on that. So that's pretty decent Doombringer. I've seen some in the 2400s even. The Ukupun's Serpent is my offhand here. Now this is simply to keep me alive. 28% of the damage I take is redirected to my zombie dogs, and that's just why it's there. I would use something else if that stat didn't exist, but it does, and that's why I'm using it. And I have a 10% crit hit chance maxed out. I have my vit and int and average damage on that, and that is my gear. Let's go ahead and look at Paragon points. I'm only Paragon 397. You want everything into your main set you possibly can. Offense and it all depends on your gear, where you're sitting as far as attack speed, crit chance, crit damage goes. Crit chance, you want max to be you want to be sitting about 50% or above on your charts. Your crit damage, you want it to be set around 400 or up, and attack speed, you want it to be close to 2 as possible. My defense here, I got everything. I got max in life, and I got the rest in resist all. Utility, right now I got max in life on hit, and area damage is my secondary there. So that's Paragon points, that's gear. Let's take a look at our skills. Okay, passives. So we're going to go with fetishes, our fetish sycophants, Pierce the Veil, Grave Injustice, and Midnight Feast. Fetish sycophants because you can summon quite a few of them, and they do a crap ton of damage now that they scaled the crit chance and damage up to you. So they'll match that, and it's a great spell. It does the majority of your damage, not considering your zombie dog. Those two do the most damage out of this build. So that's very important you have this. Pierce the Veil gives you 20% extra damage, but your mana cost of all your spells is increased by 30%, which is fine because we're not using anything that costs a lot of mana besides piranhas down here. But you're not casting that all the time. It's just one in like a 15-20 second period, and you don't have to worry about mana for that. Grave Injustice reduces the cooldown of all your skills and gains you 1% maximum life and mana for every enemy killed within 20 yards. And that's really good for Spirit Walk, Big Bad Voodoo, and piranhas. So that's almost a must. Now, of course, we got Midnight Feast here for Zombie Dog and Gargantuan, increased damage by 50%. We got our Zombie Dogs with Leeching Beasts. I got Leeching Beasts down here because it is a physical rune, and this is a physical build, so stack physical damage, i.e. Leeching Beasts. And you also gain life every time your dog hits, so that's good. A lot of people run Fire Dogs, and I would recommend Fire Dogs if you're using Mage Fist and you don't have Tasker and Theos, but I find I do more damage with a physical rune on here. And for my second slot here, I got Gargantuan with Restless Giant. A lot of people can run Wrathful Protector, but I like to have something out there on the field all the time. And when it comes across elites, it'll buff itself up. It'll gain those stats you see there: 20% of movement speed, 35 attack speed, 200% physical damage, which is great. Spot number 3, we got Spirit Walk with Jaunt. Jaunt just simply increases the duration you're in Spirit Walk. It gets you out of those tight, sticky situations, and it's a very good defensive spell. I recommend everybody use it. If you don't like Spirit Walk, use Mass Confusion with Paranoia here for 20% increased damage every time you cast it, and it also charms the enemies, turning them against their other friends. You know, they start fighting other things, so they won't hit you or your allies, but they take an additional 20% damage, so that's great. But Spirit Walk is what we're using here. Slot number 4, we got Big Bad Voodoo with Slam Dance. And this is awesome because you not only gain 20% movement and attack speed, but you also gain 30% damage for yourself and all your allies, including your pets, with the Slam Dance rune on there. That's very important. For my primary skill, I got Rain of Toads, Plague of Toads, Rain of Toads, because this procs those fetish sycophants the quickest out of any primary skill out there. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. Our right click now is Piranhas, Piranado, and all this does is simply crowd control. It pulls the enemies into a pool, and they're kind of bobbing up and down there, incapacitated, while your pets do a shitload of damage. On top of that, let's see, it suspends them in the air, dealing 20% weapon damage, is poison over 4 seconds. Affected enemies will also take 15% increased damage. A lot of people overlook that attribute of Piranado, but that's very important, and that's awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at my damage, my toughness, and my healing. It's 1.2 mil, but that's nothing. 9 mil toughness, 8,700 healing. This sheet DPS here literally means nothing. Okay, it looks good above 1 million. It means nothing because I'm stacking a lot. I could make that number go up to like 1.6 mil right now if I wanted to, but I wouldn't have the increased physical damage, and I wouldn't have all those other special secret hidden properties that you wouldn't otherwise normally see. I'm happy they went ahead and updated this so you can actually see what you're stacking here. And what the damage increases and everything on as far as your elemental DPS goes. So we covered Paragon points, gear, spells. Let's go ahead and take a look at this rift that we're currently in, and showcase this build and talk a little bit about why we do what we do and when we do it. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is pop your Zombie Dog and Gargantuan like I've done, and you're going to want to find some mobs here. You're going to want to get your fetishes out as soon as possible. Hopefully we don't run into an elite pack first. That sucked. You're gonna stand back off the side, cast your Rain of Toads. You're always gonna want to be casting your Rain of Toads because it does proc your fetishes, and you want to have fetishes out at all times. And they do die quick, especially from elite packs and T6 and whatnot. They're not the toughest things out there. I know I passed that pool of reflection. Starting to get our fetishes out here. When you come into a group of trash mobs or elite packs for that matter, throw your piranhas out first and then start doing your Rain of Toads. Piranhas is just going to keep them in a tight little circle. It's going to let your pets do the most effective damage the quickest, and that's just what you want to do. Some mobs, piranhas won't affect, like this fat guy here. He's too big for it, I guess. Physics don't really apply to him, or apply to piranhas when it comes to that. So as you can see, this Rain of Toads here, it's not doing damage at all. I mean it is, but it's the majority of the damage is coming from your pets. My dog right now will have anywhere between 35 to 55 million when he crits, and that's saying a lot. On top of all the other little fetishes we got running around. The Gargantuan's there just for another meat shield. I mean, you could swap him out for something else. You know, maybe Pylon, Zombie Charger or something. That's something to look at too. We're close to the end of the rift, and I just wanted to showcase here. Here's an elite pack. That's good. Pop Big Bad Voodoo. Throw your piranhas down. Stand back. Let your pets go in there. I went into Spirit Walk just then, so I don't get frozen by those orbs. I otherwise would have. I don't have it up right now, so I'm going to take a step back. Throw another piranhas down because it's ready. Get out of the range of that thing. And he's down. You can see I lost quite a bit of fetishes there. Probably due to the fire bombs and whatnot, but that's why you always want to be casting that. Throw down your piranhas and start blasting your Rain of Toads. Always keep an eye on your dogs and your Gargantuan as far as their healths are concerned. You always want them out. If you don't have your dogs out, the Ukampian Serpent is basically useless. There's a lot of other good offhands out there that will give you more damage. But if you don't have your zombie dog out, that thing's not doing you any good. Again, it's redirecting 28% of the damage you take to the dog. And dog's pretty tanky. He's pretty beefy, especially the Dogzilla here, big one. Let's take this guy out quick, hopefully. Could throw it on Big Bad Voodoo right now, which I might just do. And you can see how quickly that helped out there. Rift Guardian's almost up. That's why I really didn't want to do that, or I wasn't going to do that, but we did. So hopefully we get a good Rift Guardian I can showcase this build off at. Look at those little guys. Piranhas, Toads, pets go in, Rift Guardian spawns. And we got ourselves an elite pack as well. So this might get a little interesting. We shall see. This is where Big Bad Voodoo would have helped out tremendously. Holy shit. We got the Butcher. Let's see if we can get past this. No, when you die like I just did, which will happen, it's T6 and you know you're kind of in the fray of things. You got to recast all your fetishes. You got to get your fetishes all back out again. What this might do for us is it might actually give us time to get our Big Bad Voodoo up. Luckily we're on this bridge here. And it's actually helping us out, believe it or not. We got the Rift Guardian in the way. You can't really avoid that. The only thing I can say in this situation is run to the side so he hits the side of the bridge there. Nothing too much I can do other than take these guys out slowly one by one and avoid his fucking axes. Okay. Let's try this shit again. Yeah, run out here. We got Big Bad Voodoo up now. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to try to get out of the way and just spam this stuff. He's going down pretty quick. Big Bad Voodoo's a must. I'm just going to throw down a Spirit Walk there just in case he decides to pull me in or some shit. And he's down. That was kind of a bad situation. We walked ourselves into an elite pack right there. And then the butcher. Anyway. Oh, that pack's still there. We gotta kill that shit. So let's go ahead and kill that first. Maybe we'll get a legendary off of it. Maybe not. You know what? No, we're not gonna kill this because we're on a bridge and everything's channeled and it's gonna be tough. So let's go to town and let's conclude this video here. I really hope that this build works for you guys and you've learned a little bit about the Witch Doctor pet build. I know there's plenty of videos out there showcasing it off, but that's the basics and that's really all you need to know. Just do what I told you here and you should be all set. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button below, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next setup video that I make. Take care.